Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jadine, and on today's video we're going to be talking about 10 common mistakes you could be making when you're dating. So let's get into it. Number one is thinking you can hook a man with sex, and you can't. At least not a real man that's looking for a real relationship, husband quality. You're not gonna hook a man that's looking for a wife with sex. Now, you could hook a player or someone that's just into it for the sex. You could hook that type of person with sex. You're not gonna hook a husband quality guy with sex. It's just not gonna work, because that guy starts to look at you differently, especially if it's a guy that is actually looking for something serious. It taints his idea of you now, and also it turns into this lust kind of thing, especially when you start having sex from the get-go. Instead of discerning the man and learning more about him, now it's all about the physicalities and all that sex that's going on. So now your actual desires has been put on the back burner because the sex is great. Also, you've invested all your time, all your energy. So when you realize that you are pretty much going down the wrong path, it's hard for you to back out. So don't try to hook a guy with sex. And this is number two. Number two is settling. Settling for less than what your heart desires is not gonna work. It's not a good look for you, because your heart desires a certain thing. Now, don't be unrealistic with this long list, this lavish list. Oh, he needs to have this, he needs to have that, he needs to have all the works, and you're not even working on yourself, which is the next topic for another day. But you don't want to settle. Please do not settle. Go with what your heart desires. Do not be unrealistic, but go with what your heart truly desires. Because if you settle for someone that you do not really want, you're not going to respect that person. Also, if you get a fixer-upper, a guy that you think, all right, I'm going to change this guy, you know, he has potential. And I'm not saying you can't date someone with potential, but if a person has no character, his integrity is like, you cannot change someone that doesn't have goals for his life. His mama couldn't change him. You think you're going to change him? Do not settle for a guy thinking, I'm going to change him, I'm going to fix him up, and I'm going to do all of these things. You're getting yourself a project, and you do not want a project. Now, no one is perfect. No one is perfect. But please do not settle for something that's less than you. You know you could do better. Stop comparing yourself. Stop going on Instagram thinking, oh my gosh, she's so cute in her wedding dress. And you're scrolling and you're getting more depressed just looking at others, comparing yourself to others, and trying to rush your process. Please remember that everyone's process is different. Everyone's journey is different. Do not rush the process. Wait patiently, pray, and discern them when you meet them. Do not rush into anything. Which leads me into number three. Number three is not taking enough time to heal from your past relationship before you jump into a new relationship. So we may call that rebounding. So you're not over that person. You just got out of a relationship a week ago, and 2 weeks later, you're already in a relationship. You're already in a full-blown relationship because you're desperate. You're just desperate. You're scared of being alone. You need to work on yourself. Work on those fears, because if you can't look in the mirror and like the person that looks back at you, you actually need to hold off on being in a relationship. And I'm saying this because I made some of these mistakes that I'm gonna tell you today. And I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm just trying to tell you things that I noticed from grown women in your 20s. Okay, you're learning and you're getting to understand life better, but you should not be making these type of mistakes when you are in your 30s, 40s. No. Leave that to someone that's just coming up in life and they don't have the experience yet. And as a grown, experienced woman, we need to help our younger generation. So number 4 is don't tolerate any kind of abuse. I'm seeing too many women tolerating all kinds of abuse from these men, whether it's emotional abuse, physical abuse is absolutely no. Verbal abuse, any kind of abuse. Stop making these mistakes, tolerating abuse because you are so lonely. You're making excuses for these men. Stop making all these excuses. I don't care how much money he got. No, you need to run. You need to run for your life. Any form of verbal abuse, you get on the phone with him, he's disrespectful, you need to go. No, I don't want to call him out because I'm scared that he may leave me, or I'm scared that I may upset him. You need to upset him. He needs to leave you. Under those circumstances, he needs to leave you. You do not want to tolerate any kind of abuse, because one little slip up and next thing you know, your whole life is ruined because you're not even happy because of all the abuse that you are putting up with. Don't do that. You are a queen. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Don't settle for that. Number 5. So number 5 is you talk too much. And I'm saying this in a loving way, but you talk too much. You say too much too soon. You just met the guy. You've been on only one date and you're telling him your whole family history, your whole life aspirations. You're telling him everything that he wants to hear. Oh, I desire roses. I like to go on road trips. I like what else? And you're just running your mouth. You're just blobbing away. And he's a player, a real player out there is gonna be taking notes, just taking notes. Not the right guy. The right guy is not gonna hurt you, but a player is gonna be taking notes. And then before you know it, you'll be with a counterfeit. You will have a counterfeit. Someone that just listened to everything that you just told them, and now they're playing the part. They're parading like I am this Prince Charming, and now they're parading and you're believing it. Tip: when you're dating someone and he's saying all the right things, slow down. I'm not saying he's a player at this point, but you need to slow down. Instead, you get so excited. Oh my gosh, he's all that I've ever wanted. Oh, I just can't believe I've found him. You need to slow down. Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes and slow down, because you need time to put the words that he's saying in prayer. You need to prayerfully decide what you're doing. You need to go in prayer. You need to pray about this before you get serious, because if you're unsure and you're thinking, oh, he's saying all the right things, you need to pump your brakes. Number 6 is taking advice from bitter women. I know you sit around with your little friends, your little bitter friends, and they all say, all men are dogs. There are no good men out there. All men are dogs. Some of them are, a lot of them are, a lot of men are dogs, but there are actually good men out there. Don't buy into the lie that all men are dogs. If you want advice, take advice from mature women that are happily married. They've been dating Dick, Tom, and Harry in the space of 3 weeks, and now Dick, Tom, and Harry ran off. They're bitter, and now they're saying all men are dogs. I know this one is coming to you with love. I'm not bashing anyone. It's just that I'm seeing this happening so often, and I'm not picking up for guys either. I know a lot of men out there are dogs, and I am just saying to you, don't sit around with your little bitter friends that have been hurt 1,000 times and you take advice from the wrong person, because when the right guy comes along and you're with your nasty attitude thinking that this person is gonna bypass your attitude because you're beautiful and you're wonderful, no. You need to get advice from someone that you see is on the right path. They're happy in their relationship. Nothing is perfect, but that's the kind of person you want to take advice from. Okay, and I love you. So number seven. Number seven is you're always the one reconciling. I mean, he's never wrong. You're always the one apologizing. You had an argument last night and you're the first one to call him to apologize, or you've probably apologized right there already 1,000 times. I'm so sorry, I got a nasty mouth on me, and I need to learn how to calm down. I'm so sorry. I just don't want to push you away, and you're being so vulnerable in that moment. And he's never wrong, and that's the game that a guy play that's not serious about you. Because a person that actually loves you and want to be with you, if you're hurting and he's over there having a good time, having a blast, and he don't care to call you to see if you're okay, you're always the one apologizing, you're always wrong, he's never wrong. No, someone that loves you is not gonna sit around, know that you're hurt, and not reach out to see how you're doing. Someone that cares about you even is not gonna do that. I know you've been in a situation where the guy knows that you are hurt and you're wondering, why hasn't this person called me? Red flag. Run for your life. Stop making this mistake. Number eight, yay, I could count. Number 8 is putting your life on hold to pursue a relationship. Oh my gosh, I've seen this one so much. You have so much talent, you're so educated, you have goals, you have a lot of things that you want to accomplish, but you got a man, and all of that screeching halt. All of that came to a screeching halt because you are so desperate to be with a man. I mean, desperate is probably my favorite word. I've said desperate 10 times already, but you're so desperate to be with a man that you're going to put your life on hold so that you could pursue a relationship. Queen, your life is not all about being with a guy. You know what's the most important thing in life? Is your purpose. You figuring out what God created you for, who are you, what is your purpose here on life. That is your most important task at hand, not to be in a relationship. And I say this with love because I've seen too many young women put their lives on hold because they're in a relationship, talking about, he told me he's gonna take care of me. Listen, a real man is not gonna tell you to put your life on hold because he's gonna take care of you. That's some kind of narcissistic behavior, some kind of control that he's trying to put on you so that you don't accomplish what you had intended to accomplish. Don't do it. You should be in pursuit of your heart's desire, whatever that is. If that's becoming a lawyer, a doctor, becoming anything that you want it to be, do not put it on hold because you met a guy and you feel like he's fine, he's got money, and he's gonna take care of me. Husband material is gonna push you to be the best version of you. No real man is gonna tell you to sit down and he's gonna take care of you. I don't care how much money he has. You should be always in pursuit of your dreams. Now, he could tell you, I'm gonna send you to school, or I'm gonna take care of your educational bills. That's a different story. But he's gonna encourage you to sit down and not accomplish your goals. That is not a good man. You need to run for the hills. Run, Forrest, run. Have you seen that movie? Run, Forrest, run. You better start running and don't look back. Please don't look back. Can I count? Number 9. So number nine is not asking the right questions. I've seen people on date and they're just talking about all this kind of sexual thing, all this kind of provocative comments. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You need to ask the right questions. You need to ask, what are your goals? Where do you see yourself in 2 years, 5 years, your long-term goals? You need to ask all those questions. It's imperative that you ask questions. Why didn't your last relationship work? You need to ask those questions. You need to ask, and anyone that's not willing to answer those questions, you need to run. He's not for you. Because the fact that he doesn't want to be asked those kind of questions, or he doesn't want to answer those kind of questions, it just says a lot about his character and that he's not in it for the right reasons. He should want to hear those questions. He should want to answer those questions. And if he doesn't, you need to run. So number 10 is knowing better, but not doing better. And I've seen so many educated, talented, brilliant women. They know better, but they don't do better. Oh, I know he's a player, but I'm just sick of being lonely. I know he has a girlfriend, but at least I'm getting half of a man. Half of a man is better than a whole man. You say things like that, and it's really not a good look. It is really not a good look. When you know better, you need to do better. You're better than that. You're a queen. Did you know that? You are a queen. So work on yourself. Learn to love yourself. And I'll do a video on that one. So if you like content like this, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.